A friend of mine and I were listening to music. We were listening to DJ Oats. There's a DJ Oats, believe it or not. Oats, Oates. I think it's DJ Oats like that. So we were listening to his music. And my friend was like, no, man, your music's much better than this guy's music.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, your music's much better than yours. You are Senior Oats. Like, I'm a senior to him. In 2019, I met a friend who led me to Christ, and then that's where everything changed for me. So my music now had a message. So All You Knew is a gospel song, but people take it as a love song. It is a love song, but it's a love gospel song.
Hey, welcome to a special episode of With Nyasha Michelle. Why is it special, I hear you ask? Well, I am in South Africa and I have had the chance to sit with some incredibly talented and gifted individuals from this part of the motherland, and today is no different. I am joined by a DJ, producer, who I am also a massive fan of, Senior Oat. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very good.
Thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you on here.
Thank you.
And we have to address, the name, like we just spoke about just now before the cameras started rolling. I have to ask you,
Okay.
your name, Senior Oat.
Yeah.
What is the inspiration? What does it mean?
It's quite embarrassing how that name came about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. It is. So a friend of mine and I were listening to music. We were listening to DJ Oats. There's a DJ Oats, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's DJ Oats, Oates. I think it's DJ Oats like that. So we were listening to his music, and my friend was like, "No, man, your music's much better than this guy's music."
Really?
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, your music's much better than yours. You are Senior Oats." Like I'm a senior to him. So as time went on, it shortly became Senior Oat. So it was unique enough and kind of nice, but then yeah,
And it's stuck.
stuck. Yes,
Is he a South African DJ or?
yes, I think he's just a second DJ.
So myself and a bunch of other people know you as Senior Oat, but of course you do have a name that your mother and your father gave you.
Yeah.
So let them know what that name is and which one you prefer, because you got two names.
Yeah. So my mother and my father gave me two names, Mafadi and Albert. So Mafadi was my father's father, so my grandfather.
Oh, your grandfather.
Yeah.
What does that
I
mean?
don't like it though. I don't like the name, but
Why?
but then just because my mother gave my parents gave them to me,
Yeah.
I'm fine with them.
You gotta take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. So it's Mafadi and then Albert.
What's your culture?
I'm Bedi, but then where I come from, we're called Babero.
Wow.
So we don't speak actual Bedi. It's a dialect of Bedi.
Baberwa.
Yeah, Babero.
Tell me something like a sentence in Baberwa.
Yeah.
Am I testing you now?
Pinalaga again Mafadi Wamwa.
Yo, wait, so you gotta be slow now.
Ah.
Say wait.
Okay.
Nalaga is the first thing I heard.
Yeah, Linalaga again Mafadi Wamwale.
Lina laga gela mafati wamwale.
Ginna.
Kenna.
Yeah, Ginna Mafadi Wamwale.
Okay.
So my surname is Mohali. Mohali.
Uh-huh.
So Ginna is I am Mafadi wa Mohali.
So you are saying what your name is?
Yes, my surname. Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Yo, it had me sweating for a bit because I'm like, how do I say that? So your language, you speak it quite often?
Yeah, every day actually. I've gotten to a point where I would accommodate people and speak their languages or maybe speak English. But then if I try to speak English and then they speak their home language, I speak mine too. So now I started doing that.
Do they understand you when you speak yours?
Sometimes they do. If they don't, then I'll stick to English. If they don't understand English,
Because one thing I've seen in South Africa, I mean, you know, this South Africa is quite like a lot of other African nations. There's so many different languages, and people kind of interchange.
Yeah.
So, which languages can you speak outside of yours and English, of course?
I can speak a bit of Venda, Chivenda. I can speak. I'm fluent in Zulu. It's Zulu.
Yeah,
Yeah, and English, obviously.
of course.
Yeah, I think those three.
How did you learn them?
English at school. Zulu. I learned it when they brought me to Joburg. So I started my school, my grade 1 to grade 3 back in Limpopo.
Yeah.
And grade 4, I came to Johannesburg. And then from grade 4 to grade 8. So I spent a lot of time with Zulu people with all kinds of languages, but then mostly Zulu.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned Zulu.
Wow.
And then Chivenda, I learned it in university. Well, I had some Venda friends, so I would ask, how do we say this in Venda? They said this. But then I'm not that fluent in Venda.
No.
Yeah.
But at least you can converse in it. One thing I always love about people is the fact that some can speak multiple languages.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and learn, because I'm Shona from Zimbabwe,
Oh,
and I want to learn
I have a friend.
Ndebele. Yeah?
Yeah.
Probably the best person you know.
Yeah.
You look so doubtful.
Yeah, she's the person that I made All In You with, my biggest song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kemi Chienda. So her full name is Kemuel Chienda Munyama.
okay.
Yeah.
Listen, she's my favorite person because, like, that's one of my favorite tunes of yours.
Yeah.
But let us reel it back a little bit to one question that I always love asking all of my guests, which is what defining moment set you on the path that you're on today?
It was the day to be honest, it was the day I became a Christian. Yeah. So I've always been doing music. I've been doing music since I think 2010, if I'm not mistaken, 2010, 2011. But then in 2019, I met a friend who led me to Christ, and then that's where everything changed for me. So my music now had a message. So All In You is a gospel song, but people take it as a love song. It is a love song, but it's a love gospel song. So yeah, and then I think without that, I don't think I would have been here, because All In You, a gospel song, the gospel in my songs. So I think that was the defining moment for me.
When did All In You come out?
2022.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's one of my favorite songs.
it's one of mine.
Like, yeah?
Yeah.
You have to. You have to. It's okay if you've got other favorites.
I do actually. It's one of my favorites, not the all-time favorite.
What's the all-time favorite then?
It's not released yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna release it on when? I think April, somewhere in April.
April.
Yeah.
When it comes out, make sure you send it to me.
No
So then you're like, Nyasha, here is the song that I told you is my ultimate favorite. Therefore, it might become my ultimate favorite. But we'll see. Because that one, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. It's like, I don't know what it is about the song.
Yeah.
So I had an interview with GQ South Africa, and they asked me, you know, what is that? I think that was like their first question. It's like something along the lines of, you know, what is your favorite song, or what is the song that you're playing the most?
Yeah.
And I tend to sometimes like have certain different types of songs on repeat or on rotate at a particular stage in time, right? So I would have a particular sound I'm listening to, and I love like multiple songs. But when they asked that, I was like, you know what? Regardless of all the others in the rotation,
Yeah.
this is the song. This is the song that I like. I think because also it's a Christian song.
Yeah.
For me, when it dwells more into the love of Christ and it dwells into God, sometimes there's certain aspects of what you love that is a little bit difficult to describe.
Yeah.
Because God is out of this world in a way.
It's true.
So I'm going to delve straight in. What was the inspiration behind that song?
It was actually quite a painful moment in my life, really. Yeah, it is. For the first verse it is I was sing there. So it's when I look into the mirror, it's your grace I see, it's your mercy, it's your lamp that I feel. So I was at a low point in my life. So those words just came into my mind. I took the pen, then I wrote them down, then made the instrumental, then sang, and then it made sense.
Yeah.
And then called Kemi, and then she came, and then she laid the chorus, and then the second verse, and then it was not a special song in any way, maybe to the outside world, but to me it was. But then when I released the song in January 2022, on the 28th of January, nothing really happened. I just released the song, and then February, and then on March, it started to go viral. I think in that year alone, I think it crossed, I think, close to 7 million views on YouTube. Yeah, so that's why I was like, okay,
This is something.
this is something, even though I don't know what it is, but then
Yeah.
it is something. But
Yeah.
then I trust it was not by doing.
Was there anything physically that happened? Because sometimes some people, their songs have then got, especially if it's not immediately after they have released it, they've gone viral maybe because someone did a dance to it or it's on TikTok or social media. Did anything of that sort happen with All In You?
No, it was just a natural hit. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, it was just.
was working.
Yeah, it was working over time. But then that's like there was nothing to it. No dance challenge. No, just people would listen to the song and then they would love the song. That was it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it is a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to share what was the challenge that you were going through at that time? Because you said it was a really low point in your life.
Yeah, my father was sick. He was really, really sick. He passed away in 2022 also.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I was in a low place emotionally and everything. So when I made the song, I think maybe I might have put all those into the song. Maybe that's why it's so catchy and people love it. But then that was one of the things that was happening to me, and I think that was the major thing that was happening here in my life. So I think that would have contributed too.
What does that say to you as, let's say, as a Christian?
Yeah.
When you are at your lowest point,
Yeah.
and you take the gift, talent, intelligence, or whatever it is that God has given you,
Yeah.
and you pour into that, you do your thing, even though maybe you're doing it with tears,
Yeah.
and then it sprouts.
Yeah.
This situation is a perfect example of when that's happened, when life wasn't easy, but you put your mind to do something and it became so successful. What does that say about your relationship with God, about God's nature, and just about your life in general?
The song really, the first verse was really a confession. It was just me coming to a realization that nothing that I do, nothing that I have or I will have, nothing in me can really change anything about God. So I realized that like where I was, it was because of His mercy, His grace, and His love.
Yeah.
That was the ultimate realization. And then that, like, it leaves you to be humble. So I was humbled then. So I think the humility was really the one that changed everything. Yeah, changed the perspective of my life. And yeah.
With that having been inspired at a time when your father wasn't well, now that your father's passed away and the song has been so successful, is there a link between the two?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't wanna assume, but then what I do know is that God is sovereign. So everything that happens in the world, in our lives, it's God. It's in His hands. So He allows things to happen, and then he doesn't allow some things to happen. He answers prayers, and sometimes He doesn't. But it's all for a reason. So He's God. He knows.
And there's some people watching and listening.
Yeah.
Who have experienced some type of tragedy, loss, grief, etc. Some are Christian and some are not Christian.
Yeah.
How would you advise them to deal with that? Because you've clearly had to handle something like that.
Yeah. Well. What I can say, God is sovereign. I think most people don't understand what that means. So there's a Bible verse, I forgot the verse name, but then it says that everything works together for good, for those who are called. Yes. So if you are a Christian, you know that everything that happens to you is for your betterment. And as Christians, we strive to become like Christ. So everything is preparing you to that, because nothing is as important as your salvation. So I think that even though we might not like it, even though it's painful, but then my go-to is that, God, I trust you. I don't know what you're doing. This is very painful. I loved my dad, but then you're in control. So I trust you. So yeah. So it is the trust that really humbles you, because you realize there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do, and salvation itself is of God and by God. So there's nothing you're contributing or I'm contributing. So that realization by itself should wake some people up. It did wake me up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder,
yeah.
what was the old Senior Oat like before you became a Christian?
I was not really different, really. Okay, I was different, but then I think what changed the most was my heart, because before that I was just a guy living, not really having much to think about. All I wanted to do was finish school, go to work, and buy a house, get married, and then that was that. But then when I became a Christian, and then I just realized that I'll now leave everything in God's hands. Yeah, I'll leave everything in God's hands. What I'm good at is doing music, so let me do music. If God really wants me here, then I'll prosper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we were speaking earlier, before we started filming, about the fact that you went to uni,
Yes.
varsity, as you guys call it.
Yeah.
You went to varsity, but you just, like, you didn't finish. So tell me about that whole process. What happened?
Yeah, it was the worst 4 years of my life. But then yeah, so I was doing Bachelor of Science in Physical and Mineral Sciences in the University of Limpopo, and in my first year I failed two modules. Yeah, and it's a year module, so I have to repeat the whole year again. Yeah. The second year passed, and then the third year I also failed. I think I failed one, and then the fourth year I was supposed to be finished, but then I was doing my third year on my fourth year. So it was in 2022 when All In You broke out. I was like, okay. And then a booking request came in. Hey, we want to book you here and here and here. I was like, okay. And they're like, we'll give you this much. I was like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, okay, this much. I was like, no, that was not what I was meaning. Like it was so much money that I was like, okay, it's either I can do this, I can go through school and finish school, or I can do what I'm good at, which is music. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me just give this a try. I'll do both for now. Yeah. See, I think since April of 2022 to I think December 31st, I've never been home for a weekend.
Wait, so since April
April
2022
Yeah, to
until December 31st,
yes, 31st.
2024.
22 no.
Oh, because that whole year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Ooh, we're booked and busy.
Yeah, so I've not been home for a weekend.
Yeesh.
So I'll go maybe from Thursday, then come back home on Wednesday, and then Friday go out again.
Because gigging seems to be something a lot of you South African artists do a lot.
That's true.
Yeah. So is this you gigging around South Africa? Any international bookings? Is it just a mixture?
I've never had an overseas booking yet, but I've been to Namibia, I've been to Mozambique, Botswana, obviously Lesotho and Swaziland. So the surrounding countries to South Africa.
You've been had an international booking. It's just that they're not out of Africa.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, you've definitely been. And what's the difference between performing here in the home turf in South Africa and performing in other countries?
When you are in other countries, you miss home. But then, apart from that, is the energy. People So from outside, they treat you very different. They think of you as a big celebrity when you're from South Africa. He did the song. The song is big in their country, so they're like, this guy is. So they treat you with the most respect and everything. But in Mzansi, in South Africa, they know you here. They're like, this is our guy, man. This is our guy. Yeah. That's why they robbed me off. Oh, but yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's why they even mess up relationships by not paying the full amount or not even paying at all.
So that's something you've experienced quite often, or?
Yeah, quite often, yeah. Yeah, because sometimes a friend of yours comes and then says, "Hey, man, look, man, I have this show that I'm planning. I'm just waiting for the ticket sales. So we're selling tickets at the gate, so people pay the gate. So if it's okay with you, could you please come and perform? And then after the show, after we gather the money from the tickets and everything, we'll pay you." And you're like, he's my friend. I've known him for like 2-3 years and everything. So you go, and then after performing, you're like, hey, so
That's
it's like,
funny.
I don't know, tomorrow. And then from there, it just ignores you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So this is something that you say has happened to you quite often.
Yeah.
How do you deal with these friendships afterwards?
I can't hold a grudge. I don't know if it's what's wrong with me, but I can't hold a grudge. If maybe someone does something to me, I think I immediately just forgive them. But then I just don't want them as close as the way before. Yeah, but I won't have anything against them. But if they come, hey, you have show, I will look like, no, not doing shows again. Yeah, not doing shows again. But then everything else remains the same.
So you're not there, you and your team are not there trying to get your money?
Well, my manager has been pushing me to do that, and go to the lawyers, and get letters of demand and sending them everything.
But no.
In due time.
In due time.
Yeah. When I'm broke, I'm gonna go.
Like, listen, you owe me money, man.
Yeah.
So then what do you think needs to change in order for you to have less and less of those things happen to you?
The thing is, I think we started to treat this whole thing as like a business. Even if we are friends and everything, and they're like, hey, come here. I'm like, okay, here's the invoice. Settle the invoice first, and then we'll come and play. So, yeah, they're like, Mara, you know me. Yeah, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just business. So, yeah.
Yeah, because it's your bread and butter.
That's true.
You know? And like we were speaking earlier of the fact that unfortunately I've seen quite a lot of different artists in this situation.
Yeah.
Where you then have to put out some type of statement.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't able to be at such and such a show because we weren't paid, or whatever PR wording that you guys use.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times you say, of course, sometimes it's been people who you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
But do you think that there is an industry issue though? Particularly in South Africa, do you think there's an issue within the industry in terms of paying artists, respecting shows, and all of the stuff that makes it happen?
Yeah, there is a big issue. I don't think I think almost all the artists have gone through that.
Yeah.
Of promoters or venue owners not willing to pay or honor the agreement. So I think it is an industry issue. I think it is an industry issue. It's a big one too.
And from an artist's perspective,
yeah,
what needs to be done in order to resolve the issue, or maybe to lessen all those like missed invoices?
I think the best way is to do the legal way. I think just maybe talk to a lawyer if you have one, then maybe send them a letter of demands or something like that, or go to small claims court if it's a small claims court, because I think small claims court only helps you with funds less than 25,000. I'm not sure.
25,000 rand.
Yeah, so it's more than that. Then you have to, I don't know, sue or something, or I don't know. But then I think there needs to be more legal
framework in place.
Yeah, because now it's just a habit for some people.
All the way up until December 31st, 2022. Yeah. You were booked and busy.
Yes.
What happened from 2023 to now?
I was busy too, but not as busy as I was in 2022. Yeah. Now things are at an all-time low. All in you has faded out, but but then yeah. Since 2022, I think everything has been leveling off, but not too bad, but sustainable.
But you've mentioned something that is really critical and very important. Sometimes people have a hit. Let's talk in the music from a music perspective, because this can happen with a number of other things.
True.
Sometimes people have a hit, it goes off, and it's like, whoa, and everything is happening all at the same time. You're in demand, everybody wants you, and the bookings are coming, and that likes happening, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then it slowly starts to fade and slow down. How do you deal with that, firstly? And then secondly, how do you keep yourself relevant? Is there pressure to do that?
There is pressure. But then for the first question, I think okay. One thing that I always tell people is that do what you love. So I'm doing this music thing because I love it. So for me, it is not something that I'm doing to get bookings or to get money. It's something that I do because I love it, and then because of that love, it's bringing me all these things. So even if things go at an all-time low, I'm still doing what I love. So it won't it might get discouraging at the moment, but then I don't think it will ever get to that point where it's just like, this is stopping all these things, everything, and all that. So if you do what you love, then it gets easier to move forward, even though things are not the way they were. So the second question, though, how do you stay relevant? I think you have to look at what made people turn to you. What made people come to your music, love your music, everything. And was it because it was this style? Was it because it was this style? Everything. You try and experiment on that while you're still relevant. You try and see, okay, when this thing works, this doesn't work, so I must focus on this one. And then if this works, and then that's it.
Let's talk in practical terms. All in you worked, and you're still relevant. You're like, okay, I need to try and see what people like. What's a project that you did that with? Were you experimenting?
I did it with It Is Well. There's a song I released, It Is Well.
I think that worked too.
It did. So when I released It Is Well, it had a kind of the same message behind it, and the same kind of beats, because people love those kind of beats. So I was like, okay, this is nice, and it was a huge hit. So I think for me, I think is to focus on that. Even though try to grow again, have something for South Africans and something for you guys,
that's
the UK.
What do you think? So I'm based in London, as we've established already. What do you think we like?
Firstly, drill. You guys love that drill music.
We love what?
Drill
music.
Drill rap.
Everybody, because I do not like Elvis. However, you're right.
So, but then I think more of this international Afro-tech, techie sounds.
Depending on where you are. I think definitely in the UK, yes. Definitely other parts of Europe. Do love that. And I always try to stop myself from just saying London, because the UK is not just London. In the UK, there are people who love drill and have become very successful from it. And in fact, other international and American artists have jumped on that. And I think that's great. Because there actually was a time when drill was being pushed away on a major scale. So it is good for a country and a people to have a sound. Even though I ain't a fan, I think it's still good. That they have a sound that they love and relate to. And certain people within the culture also are like, yo, I love this. I can't stand it. However, would you ever do a drill song?
No.
Why not?
No, I don't think it's in the spectrum of the music that I make. So I make
far away from
so I make house music. So maybe something related to house, maybe. But then outside of that, then no.
Is there an international artist that you would love to collaborate with?
Not that I have in mind. No.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then does that mean that you and your team are not out there looking for people that you could collaborate with?
No, we are looking. We are looking for maybe a similar sound or a similar message, maybe. Yeah, but then I don't think there's the one big person like that I would love to work with. Actually, I would love to see them work. Is in here, South Africa. It's Capital is Small.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Capital is Small. For me, it is not as much as the product, but then the work that produces the product. That guy is a musical genius. I listened to this song. There's this song. I think it's Isoga. He featured Ngozosa. Hey. But there's Mumba Peach inside. I think the other one is Ngozosa, if I'm not mistaken. So he had three chord progressions in one song, and they all made sense.
Nobody knows. Well, I'm gonna say I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so I don't even know if I can explain it, but then
Please do.
I don't know.
No?
Yeah, I can explain.
Okay, well,
And,
put in the
like,
comments what three chord progression?
Yeah, progressions. Yes.
Progressions
Yeah.
means.
So he had three chord progressions in one song, and they made sense. So that was like, okay, this guy is more than he is, and he's been in the game for a very long time. So I would love to see him work, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I would also love to know, because we've spoken a lot about, the time before All In You and thereafter, where you're at the moment. Yeah. But we haven't really tapped into a bit before. What was your childhood like? Was music something that you always loved to do? When did you start it?
I was introduced to music really in church, but then more of that in school. I remember I was in grade 6, and this choir teacher came to our class, and then he was like, all the boys stand up, go in front, and then say, and then we all did that, and I was like, you, come with me. So he picked me. So we joined the choir, and then sang the choir, I think, throughout to grade 7. And then grade 8, I didn't really do any inquiries. I was in Joburg. And then grade 9, they sent me back home to Limpopo. So I did my grade 9 in Limpopo. So
Why you sent back?
because I was really starting to misbehave. Yeah, so we're like, you go back to back to
the village.
Yeah, so I went back, and I think that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, so when I went back there, everything changed for the better. So yeah, joined the choir. My grades were good in school. I grade 8 here in Joburg, my grades were very, very bad. I don't even know how I passed, but then I passed, and that's how bad it was. So yeah, choirs, and I started doing music, like the music program and stuff. I started doing music in, I think it was 2010, 2011 was when I was first introduced to the software, FL Studio, and then I started working from there. But then I didn't release the music because it was too bad. It was just a learning curve. 2017 was when I started to release the music now. So people were like, okay, this is nice. And then I gained a following on Facebook. And then, yeah,
this is where you're at. And childhood, you sound like you had your childhood in different places.
Yeah, 2 different places, yeah.
What was your childhood like? Especially, paint this for me, yeah?
Yeah.
Especially as a non-South African.
Okay. Okay. My childhood was very basic.
Really?
Yeah, it was very, 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 very basic. Sorry. Go to school, come back, eat, go play, sleep, go back to school, same thing. Sunday, go to church, then come back. It was just like that.
Yeah.
But then with friends, I had friends back at home, and when I went to Joburg, I found that there's 2 kind of friends. The one from home and then the ones from here. And the ones from here are more impulsive. Yeah, they are more. They're not as well mannered as I would say my friends were at back home. So they would just do anything they want. So they kind of influenced me. That's one of the reasons why they sent me back to the village. So yeah, I don't know if I've painted the picture, but then yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds like a lot of people's childhood.
Yeah.
The going to school, coming back, going out to play, being called, hey, come back inside to eat, or come back and do your homework, or come back and watch so you can go to bed. Yeah, other people, of course, had like other things happen, but your environment in the two different places, you've described the differences in terms of, I guess, the friends and the influences.
Yeah.
But what, in a wider, on a wider scale,
Yeah.
how different was your environment? So, for example, when I was like in Zim, I was like with my grandparents, and you could go out and everything, but you couldn't. Where we stayed, like you couldn't. You're not just gonna be going down the road. You know what I mean? My grandparents would be like, "Hey, guys, come back."
Yeah.
But when I went to my cousins, they used to live in, I think it's what was the area? All my Zims will know. It's not in Fakosi. They used to live in hopefully I'll remember before the show. But they used to live in an area kind of like Mfakosi, right? It's a place where people are more free, my guy. The children are going miles to go to their friend, come back late. You're just free as kids. And the kids also had this like street intelligence about them, They were streetwise, they were street smart. Whereas for me, so I learned that from my cousins because they came from there. So was there a difference between Joburg and where you Limpopo, right?
Yeah.
From Joburg and Limpopo.
Yeah, Joburg was more of the place that your sister lived in. It was everyone was street smart there. Everyone was just doing their own thing. You could come back at any time, really, anytime that you want.
Yeah, my cousins,
But
my
then-
auntie, my uncle were just like, okay, it's cool.
Yeah, but then it was different because I always learned that okay, by this time we should be home, and that's what I've been doing. So my friends were like, I can't go home this time, still ill. And then we maybe go home late. They beat me, and then tomorrow I'm like, guys, I'm not doing it again. And they're like, we're baby, man. So and then I'm like, okay, I'm not a babe. And then we stay late again. They beat me again. But then it came to a point where they're like, okay, you want to be an adult now, so we just so they just sent me home.
Is they your parents?
Sorry?
Your parents?
Yes, my parents. Yes.
Okay, and you
Yes.
went to Limpopo to stay with me.
My older brother.
I
Yeah. So we are 6.
6.
There's 6 children. Yeah.
Where do you rank?
I think I'm number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Right, you're in the middle.
Yeah.
The middle kids, sometimes you guys just survive. Y'all just go through. It's the ones who are the first at the top, they're deputy parents, and then the younger one,
Yeah.
the spoiled ones, tend to literally be the favorites.
Yeah, that's true. Hey.
Yeah. So then when did you come back to Joburg?
2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was this because of the success of
Yes, it was.
Calling You?
Yes, it was because of the success of All in You, and then also Limpopo is very. There's no really like it's a good place for. It's not a good place for music producers or artists. Those people there back in Limpopo, they consume too local music. So by local music, by local artists and everything. So the genre that they like the mostly consume it's called Lukompo.
Lukompo.
Yeah, Lukompo. So that's a new wave of music that's like I think now it's trending now. But then back then that's the main genre that would to consume. So for people like me who do deep house, who do Afro house, they're like, what is this, man? Do this and be like this guys, and then I was like, okay, fine. So I had to move to Joburg for the opportunities.
Yeah.
Just for the opportunities only, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You moving to Joburg meant leaving university.
Yes.
To drop out of university.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
How was that for the guardians in your life, like the adults, your parents? How did they accept that? Did they accept that?
My mother at first didn't. Yeah, but then I was like, Mom, this opportunity will never come again. So let me exploit this opportunity. and then when it's done, if ever it comes to an end, then I'll go to school.
If you go back to university, what would you study?
Maybe marketing or something related to music. Yeah. So yeah. PR or something like that.
So also earlier we spoke about your Christian faith.
Yeah.
Your songs are Christian songs.
Most
of it. Yeah. So actually describe yourself to me in the way that you describe yourself to others. When they ask you what type of artist are you?
I'm in short, I'm a gospel artist.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, just in short, I'm a gospel artist. So I'm a deep house producer. So sometimes Afro house too. So, but then I incorporate my beats with the Christian faith, and then I put the music out there.
So you are a gospel artist.
Yes.
Who has achieved mainstream success.
Yeah.
How do you navigate that, especially when you are working in a secular industry?
Okay. I think that it was mostly a miracle that All In You became a hit like it did. So it penetrated the biggest wave ever, the Amapian wave, then became a mainstream. As I said before, I've seen that it works.
Yeah.
So I try to be on that level again. So try to do what works, and then I think the deep house and the gospel in it works.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing that too. Just navigate through the industry.
What's your definition of it works?
People love it. I think South Africa, it's I think it's mostly Christian. Yeah, or mostly Christian. I don't really know, because people can say they're Christian even when they're not.
I was about to say, like, really?
So yeah. So but
also a lot of people are more into like traditional religions as well, but they might not like profess it.
Yeah. Some say they're Christian even when they do that, but then they're not, because you can. It's either you are Christian or you're not.
Yeah.
So most of the people that say they're Christian, they listen to gospel music. So they consume a lot of gospel music. So when I say it works, the gospel part people love, and the deep house some love. So most people love the gospel, but then less people love deep house. So when you put those together, you get your fan base. You get your audience.
Yeah, and music is a very powerful tool of influence.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up watching TV, watching too many music channels and everything, and you would. I think you would feel the influence when you're watching just a one song. There's too much going on in the music video and everything that you're like, how is this even on TV? But then just because people love it, and then people just go through with it. Yeah, just for.
So as a gospel artist, and this is actually one of the reasons why I was asking you about the success you've achieved as a gospel artist in the mainstream industry.
Yeah.
Do you also see your music, which glorifies Christ, which glorifies Jesus, as a form of influence to others, particularly those who don't know, who are not Christians?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope so, because I grew up listening, like all the music that I grew up, not all of them, but most of the music was either praising money, praising wealth, praising girls, praising or cars, a flashy lifestyle, all these things. And there were only a few songs that really motivated you to do something, like for something good, for like a good message, maybe change your life, maybe do this with your life, get better at doing this, chase your dreams and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but then with the gospel that I was doing, I put my faith into the songs, and what we sing about is just praising God. All in you, the chorus in All in You says, "You never sleep. You're watching over me. You guide me. I have all in you."
Yeah.
So we have all in Him. So if you have all in God, then what else would you want?
Wow.
So what other influence would you want if you've all in God?
So you never get tempted by the sex sales, my guy, do the money, do this type of song, blah, 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 blah. You get more endorsements or whatever.
Nah,
You never get tempted by that?
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
How have you stayed strong to your belief?
I think it's not easy, but once you're Christian, you never lose your faith. That's the truth. So it's very important to have friends who are Christians,
Okay.
friends who share the same faith as you, who share the same views as you. Because when you maybe if you start to deviate, which in time you might, they come in and then they're like, no man, you can't do this because of this and this. So you remain in that lane because of the people that are around you, and then they look after you. You look after them, so you're like one big family.
So does that mean that your team have to or are all Christians?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the people that you would collaborate with in the future? Do they have to also share the same faith?
Not necessarily, but I think the most important thing to me is when I make the music, maybe when it's me, maybe featuring someone else, or I think we have to, in a way, prioritize my style. If I come to you and say, hey, I've seen, because I don't really go to anyone and say, hey, let's do a song. This is okay. I've seen your music. You talk about this and this and the others and all those things. I'm like, okay, you're gonna be a good fit to my music. If I come to you and then say, sing about God, you don't know anything about God, so you're gonna be singing what you think you know. So the people that we try and approach are people that like won't really go too far and sing about things that yeah.
So what's your opinion on when Christian artists collaborate with mainstream artists who, if you look at their music, there's nothing that aligns with Christianity?
Honestly, I don't think it's a good thing to do, because if you are a Christian and you collaborate with an artist, it's like that, maybe they do songs about the girls and all those things, you are in a way telling your audience, go check this guy out. I did this song with him, so go check him out. And then when they do go check him out, then you are confusing your audience, and you are likely to lose a major part of that audience. If that audience was there because of maybe your Christian faith and everything, so now you're saying, hey, look at, go check this guy out, and then that's how. Yeah.
And I'm sure there are people listening or watching who are Christians and have that tug sometimes. Hey, like if I do this though, I believe it's going to give me the success, and it's more circular or mainstream rather. And then, but I could just stick to something that is only like gospel music, what would your advice be to them if they're stuck in trying to make that decision?
I think if you have a big following, if you do have a big following, even if you don't have a big following, the audience that you have, they came to you because of the product that you put out. So if now you try and change that, you will lose some of that audience. So I would say that stick to what you're doing, and hopefully if it is what you love, then hopefully you will see it flourish.
Stick to what you're doing.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in South Africa for this special season of With Nyasha Michelle, and I've been sitting with some incredibly talented people. And there is no way I can have you guys in front of me and not ask you more South African intrinsic questions.
Okay.
So let's start at the top, which is, what does it mean for you to be South African?
What it means, enjoying food like chicken feet, enjoying food like chicken intestines, cow's head. Yeah, they call it scopo.
Listen,
Yeah,
tell your story.
that's nice food.
You like it?
Yeah.
So I tried it recently.
Yeah.
I tried cow's head.
How was it?
How do you say it? Oh, actually,
Scopo. Like in yeah, it's called scopo.
okay. Yeah, so I was at a Sishanyama or Shishanyama.
Yeah, shisanyao.
Shisanyama.
Yeah,
Okay,
shisanyao.
so I was at a place like that, right? I'm not gonna try to say this again because like you didn't know how to say. But I was at a place like that, and I could have, chosen a whole bunch of different things. And a Shisanyama place, I know I'm saying it wrong. Please don't at me. But it's essentially a place like a restaurant, but also they braai the different types of meat and stuff. And it's just such good vibes, by the way. South Africa is just all good vibes. I would definitely recommend you go check out one if you ever come to South Africa. Yeah. So the type of person I am, I'm going to try different things. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool, bet. We are going to try the cow's head. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Yeah. If you want to ask me, did I like it? I did enjoy it. It was definitely new textures. Yeah. I would say. It's true, yeah. A bit too much fat though. I remember like there was like a oil. I made more oil. But I enjoyed it, different textures. But there's a part that I couldn't eat. Yeah. Like I remember I was talking to my friend as I was eating, and I felt like this ridge kind of thing. I don't know what, and I looked at it. Like it looked like leathery, rubbery, and it's kind of like it was like white lines. I was like, oh god, I don't know why I didn't take a picture of it. I wouldn't take a picture of it. So that's the only part that I left in. But the rest of it, I tried it because I like to try it. Chicken feet. I'm from Zimbabwe, my guy. We've eaten feet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, continue on.
So yeah, I think that the food, mostly the music. The music is a big part of East Africa. Yeah. There's a lot of good artists and good DJs in Zanzibar that you just can take your eye off or your ear off of them. So yeah, the food, the music, and the people really. Yeah. You relate more with your own people, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So I think.
What do you think makes South African people unique or special?
I would say maybe the sense of humor.
Really?
Yeah, we are very funny. Yeah, we're very funny.
Let me ask you to tell me a joke.
Yo, I won't tell you a joke, but you're laughing now, so it means I've proved something. Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
quick. Yes. What about your culture? Because one thing I find very fascinating about South Africa, outside of like even the landscape as well, could talk about the fact that the country is so beautiful, very dynamic. So, I actually remember, I think it's at the beginning of 2025 when it snowed in certain parts of South Africa. Yeah. You people actually, let's stick to the you people being funny. The way the videos I was seeing on TikTok, people going out in the snow. Yeah. Like South Africans were like, it's like we've never seen this. And there were so many different videos and it was just like funny, but also other people were like, wait, it snows in South Africa? So you do have a very dynamic landscape, which I think is beautiful. Lots of different cultures. Yeah. Different languages, etc. Tell me about your people. What do you guys like?
Okay, where I come from really like it's not really one specific culture. There's vendors, there's Tongas, there's Eshonas, there's we are multicultural village or township. So the culture is really just we just interchange everything. We just live with everything that we are faced with, and I wouldn't I come from a village, so yeah, they say it takes. Sorry.
How small is your village?
I don't know. Maybe probably maybe like 12 kilometers wide.
So roughly how many people is there? 5,000?
Maybe, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's an open space village. Like one house is here, one is there. You have to
far.
Not that far, but then like just not like cluttered like here in sailors.
Your village.
Some.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I've never like lived in a hut. That's one thing I'm like, I think I would be fascinated by, like to go like sleep there, whatever, but I couldn't necessarily live there because I would be, firstly, I cannot stand the cold. So when it's cold and it's winter, I will struggle.
Well, in Limpopo, it's hot even when it's cold.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
like
I'll take that.
even in winter it's hot.
Okay.
That's why I'm this shade of black. Yeah,
Yeah, the sun is really
yeah,
too.
yeah. That's true. Yeah,
All right, all right. Well, one day I'm definitely going to try and visit Limpopo because I know there are a lot of my Shona people there, as you mentioned.
yeah.
It's on the border of Zimbabwe, is it not?
Yeah, it is on the border of Zimbabwe and I think at the border of Mozambique too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So my last question about being authentically South African is, if somebody came and said, "Yo, I want to come and visit this country," right?
Yeah.
What is the one place they should go to?
Come to my show, but then I'm an introverted person,
Okay.
so I don't really go out much. Actually, I don't go out at all.
At all?
Yeah,
So
well,
you're not going out when you're playing?
yeah. So
Are you in, play, out?
yes.
Wow.
So if I get there maybe 30 minutes before, maybe take a few pictures if the people want pictures and then sit down and wait for my set. After playing, then stay again for like 15 minutes or something like that and then go.
Out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke, so I just there with a bottle of water, play, then go.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that does not mean you have nowhere you could recommend someone to visit.
I would say check out the Kruger National Park in Pop.
Okay.
Yeah, go see some animals and be scared for your life.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's how introverted I am. I don't really know any
Okay.
most places. Some of them I see them on social media. I'm like, oh, this is nice, but I'm not going. Yeah.
Going it all. You're very introvert thing. So by the sounds of it, if you were to do like a tally or comparison, me, the foreigner,
Yeah.
has been to more places in South Africa than you.
E-
Or visits more places.
e-
Yeah, because you go to
not,
play.
yeah, I go to play, but then it's more like a visit also.
Yeah, visits.
Yeah, so I've been to more places than you.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe I've experienced them.
Yeah, we experienced them more.
Because you go and you play and then you act.
Then go, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's your nature. You said you're an introvert and it works for you.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice that you've been given that's been very helpful for your career?
I think I said it in the beginning of this. It's do what you love. Yeah, like I think that's key for me, because if you're doing what you love, even if disappointments come, even if everything comes, like you will still do that, because it's not something that like you're trying to develop. It's not something that you're trying to learn. It's something that you love.
Mm-hmm.
So if you love it, you're gonna keep at it.
Okay.
So yes.
So you do what you love.
Yeah.
You're a DJ, you're a producer, you're a vocalist.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Yeah,
Yes.
occasionally. For the one who's trying to learn DJing,
Yeah.
what is one trick that you say they should have?
The one trick that is they should start by learning is beat matching.
Beat matching.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's more like let me make an example of two horses. If two horses are racing down the track.
I can already visualize what you mean.
Yeah. So if the one horse is way faster than the other horse, you're gonna have a problem. So in DJing, we call them horses because like there's two beats that are clashing that are not on the same speed, and so the trick is to learn how to beat match before you can learn how to do effects, echoes and everything, but then learn to beat match first.
How long does it take to learn to be a DJ? Is it hard?
No, not really. I think the other skill is to learn to mix in key. Songs of the same key always sound good together. So you can you can learn to be a DJ in less than a week. It can be actually.
You can learn to be a DJ in less than a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, less than that. Yeah.
Is that if you don't eat and sleep?
No, because I think it's easy to be a DJ. I think it's easy to learn the fundamentals of DJing. Yeah. Some people make it harder than it is. Say, hey, here's a 3-week course for you to be a DJ. Yeah, okay, maybe if you wanna fine tune your skills and everything, but then for the basic concepts of beat matching, the transitions and everything,
Easy.
yeah, it's just easy. Yeah,
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
that's true.
You know what? I'm going to try that one day. I'm going to try learning how to DJ. When I interviewed Uncle Waffles, she told me she was learning how to DJ literally day in and day out. I think she was doing it every day for like 8 months or something.
Wow.
Maybe that then is shown by how, like she did really, really well, I guess. And also sometimes some people will like really put something in. And also some people take to something easier than others. I don't really necessarily know.
Yeah.
But I've looked at it one time, like people teaching, I'm like, yo, this looks so complicated. I'm just going to enjoy you guys playing the music. But for you,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay. Let me make this example here. Those 2 horses. Let's go back to the 2 horses.
Yeah.
Let's say those 2 horses must run the track maybe 4 times. They have to come back same place and then go back again. So what you must make sure is that if maybe you have one horse that's been running maybe for 2 turns, you must make sure that the second horse that you're about to release runs at the same time, like at the same spot where that one is, and then they keep the same pace.
Yeah.
They are running together, like at head to head. They are there together. So that's what you must make sure. That's beat matching.
So this leads me to the segment called Trending, where I just ask you a couple of questions about your industry,
Right.
some old, some new, and some, never ending.
All right.
So in music,
Yeah.
what is one trend that you've loved and you want to continue going?
Good music.
Good music.
Yeah, long lasting music.
Okay.
Yeah. Because nowadays people just make music just for dance challenge and then that's it.
That's true.
Yeah, within 6 months, maybe a year, then we don't really like the song anymore.
Yeah, and we don't even remember the songs sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you think are the elements that make a long-lasting legacy song?
Passion.
Passion.
Yeah, passion. Yeah, and the love for me, if maybe talking about most Amapiano songs, just they come and go. But there are people who produce Amapiano, like maybe Ekabza. When they produce the music, they put a lot of passion in it. That the song stays relevant for far too long, for way too long. There's a song Kabza released with Msaki Kusela. I think it came out in 2020, either 2022 or 2023, somewhere there. That song, even today, yeah, it's still. So, yeah, don't produce for dance challenges, but produce for the long-lasting music, because people will have those memories, experiences with the songs. So I've received so many heartbreaking or emotional messages from people. So when this song played, I remember this song because I was doing this and this. I was with my mom, or I was doing this and this and this, and this song was very, very special. So every time the song plays, it takes me back. So I would say that I produce music that lasts, good music.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you had the chance to change one thing about the music industry, what would it be?
The thieves.
It's an ongoing trend.
Yeah, it's an ongoing trend. Yeah. Thieves. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wish you good luck with that.
Yeah.
Because it's not always easy.
That's true.
Yeah. So, Senior Oat, we're getting towards the end of our chat, sadly. But before I let you go, you need to participate in Pass the Mic, which is when every guest answers a question from another.
Yeah.
Your question is from Lazy Makoti.
Okay.
And her question is, If you could change one thing about South Africa for the better, what would it be?
The one thing that I will change is probably in the churches. Most churches in South Africa, they don't preach the gospel anymore.
Gotcha.
So the most important thing is the gospel. So the gospel saves. So I would say the thing I would change is change what they preach and make it gospel oriented.
Yeah. What are they preaching then if they're not preaching the
Well,
gospel?
most of the churches just preach prosperity.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Now
Yeah.
it's your turn to pass the mic to another guest. What is a question that you would like to leave?
What is the truth worth to you?
What is the truth worth to you?
Yes.
And on that note, Senior Oat, it has been very fantastic sitting down and talking to you, especially as a gospel artist who has achieved mainstream success. It's always interesting for me to see how you guys stay true to your faith while still, achieving what some call like circular success. You know what I mean? And I know there are a lot of other people, whether they're Christians or not, who would learn from some of those values. So thank you for joining me here on With Nyasha Michelle.
Thank you for having me here.
All right. You get a chance now to talk to your fans. Tell them where they can find you.
Okay, you can find me on in nearly all the social media platforms. On Instagram, it's senior underscore oat underscore SA. On Facebook, it's Senior Oat. Twitter, it's senior underscore oat underscore SA. And I also have a YouTube channel with 130,000 subscribers. It's Senior Oat Official. So, yes.
Gotcha.
That's where you'll find me, yes.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been fantastic hearing about your life, your craft, and everything in between. And to you watching or listening, thank you so much for joining me here on With Nyasha Michelle. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel or listen to the podcast version of this show on all the major podcast platforms, and follow me on Nyasha Michelle _. Until next time, bye guys.